All right, here it is. Today is Wing It Wednesday. We're winging it today.
Yeah, I like it. Pink Wednesday.
Wing It Wednesday. Didn't do a whole lot of prep for the show. Been working a lot. But as you know, my name is David. This is my brother Ray, and we are.
Preachers from the bleachers.
That's right. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about some NBA, some NFL, some NCAA, and some fantasy football. Woohoo! Uh, so again, we're here each week on YouTube, also on anchor.com/. Preachers
Spotify.
from. I
Spotify.
wasn't finished yet.
Spotify. You ain't gotta be finished. I just love saying that word. I don't know why. It just sounds good. It feels good out my mouth. I
Yeah.
like it.
All right then. You got Scott quoting you on that now everywhere. He's always like Spotify. You you have a catchphrase that people are repeating. So congratulations, Ray.
That works for me.
So you
Works
guys
for
leave.
Spotify too.
It probably does. So you guys leave us some comments. We'll be glad to answer any questions, or if you want to call us names or something, that's fine too. Be respectful with those names, but uh, I'm an idiot sometimes. I don't mind being called an idiot if I am. So no worries. But anyway, leave us some comments. Engage with the show. We love that because we just like talking to each other all the time. So we'll talk to you too. Um, that being said, let's go to the hot hand. I guess I don't even have this mocked up today. So let's talk about some NBA playoffs. So I got. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say where you want to start because seem like
Nug-
the natural place to
Nuggets
start is Nuggets.
Nuggets in Game
Nuggets.
Seven. That's
And
right.
notice how I say Nuggets. Too many people, you know what I mean? Like I listen to a little sports radio or whatever, but too many people start with the Clippers. That's bogus. The Clippers at
Yes.
home. So let's start with the winners.
Yeah. I
Wait,
man, I think I've probably told you for 2 or 3 years at least. I really like Nikola Jokic. I love a passing big man. I love that. I loved Oliver Miller when he was in the league, and
got no
because he had the
complaints from him.
yeah the dude can do it all. I love Nikola Jokic, and I'm glad that he got through the finals. Yeah, you called it, man. I they're stronger than I thought they were, but then I think the Clippers are weaker than I thought they were. They
That's that's fair. That's fair. But as far as big man day, I keep harping on the big man. I'm glad you mentioned his passing, but the great big men have always been good passers.
I agree.
Um, Kareem, Akeem, I don't care who you talk about, they always been at least good. They may not have been great. Because when
Yeah.
I think about the top five big men, and Shaq would probably be five, he wasn't great, but he was still good. You got to use. He still talk about it all today. He always talk about thanks to Robert Ory for being there when I got double teamed. So like you have to be able to pass. You're big. You're 7 foot. Everybody ain't got a 7 footer that can defend you, so they got to defend you with two
Yeah.
people. You got to be able to pass out that double team. But Jokic is special. He might be the best all time because he ain't necessarily passing out of the double team. He passing. Period. Like a point guard.
Yeah. Other big guys I can think of are like Vlade Divac. He was a great passer, and Barkley, even at 6'4.5", he was a great passer. There was a few seasons he averaged like 4 assists a game. So out of the power forward spot, I think that's awesome. But Jokic can get that triple double. He is a triple double threat every night. Now he doesn't get that many during the season, but you see him racking up those assists, and he can get there.
He's
So
still averaged like 6, 7 assists though.
yeah,
Great big man average 4.5, 5. This man averaged 7 assists. Listen, we can go all and on about Nicola. I told you 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? And I said this my guy. I'm voting for MVP. I thought he
yeah,
was MVP a couple seasons ago.
yeah.
So
I
I'm
agree. He
about that.
should have.
I'm about that Jokic life.
I agree. And I was with you on that when you said that he should be the MVP that year. I think so too. So congratulations to the Nuggets. I didn't get to watch the game. Um,
Ooh, you got to record, brother. I know that job got you strung out.
it
You got to
does.
you gotta hit record, bro. You
I got
got to.
nothing.
You
I
missed
got
it.
nothing to record with. I got no cable box, no
You got
nothing.
to you got to get it now though. You got a little bump in salary. It might time to bump up your TV so you can
David going to
actually.
get it. David going to get it.
I'm
David going to get
saying
it. David going
because
to get it.
it was a good game, man. It was a good it was a good game for the Nuggets. Not so much for the Clippers.
Why did they
Jamal
look
Murray.
bad? What happened?
Playoff P looked like playoff P. That was cheesy, but it worked. Man. So look, let me just slide with Kawhi first. Let me just say this on Kawhi. He looked horrible too. But Kawhi has 2 championships.
Yeah,
Right?
with
So
different teams.
Kawhi on 2 different teams, and on one he was the #1 option last year, and he was the Finals MVP.
Yeah,
So, well, I can't give him a full pass, but he does have 2 rings, so you have to give him some, in my opinion, some sort of pass. Sometimes you just don't play your best, but when you ain't never been to the promised land, and you play off P, you need to be at your best. You need to bring your A++ game. It's game 7. You were up 3-1. What Paul George delivered was horrendous. I mean, it, I have no problems with him
yeah,
continuing to shoot. A lot of times, when you're a really good player, you would just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna get all the rebounds. I'm gonna get all the assists. I'm gonna just D up."
yeah,
But he couldn't do that because the other superstar was struggling. So he had to take shots. Dude,
yeah.
they had 0 points in the fourth quarter, bro.
Well, I tell you what, man, he hasn't looked good most of the playoffs. He didn't look very good against the Mavericks either. So
They
he has,
bad. This was
yeah,
bad. This was bad. He didn't even look like a pro to me almost. He looked like somebody that
G League.
sits on the end of the bench, and they had, 5 people got fouled out, so he had to go play. Dave, he hit the side of the backboard in the corner, a corner three, the short three, open, wide open. I mean, NBA wide open. Not,
Yeah,
I
all
mean,
right,
like
close enough.
that might have been somebody 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet. But by the time he released it, they couldn't even get a hand up. He hit the side of the backboard. Dave. The side that was after he hit the front of the rim on the first 6 shots. I mean, everything he did, everything he take, it looked. That was the first time in my life I was watching. I was like, for $10 million, I could do that.
Yeah, no kidding. Hell yeah.
All that other stuff he might have did in his career, I can't do that. But that I could do that for $10 million, man.
Man, 10 million. I'm the first to show up. I'm the last to leave. I'll sweep the floor. I'll let me get in one shot a game.
But you can call me out my name for $10 million. I'm
Yeah,
just saying. I mean, every man got a price.
yes.
But Dave, not just I love Doc Rivers. He from Chicago, a good Chicago man like myself. Dude, Doc, you 3-1 3 times. Not like the he lost 3-1. That Doc, it's time to I mean, like
He took
I
the blame.
guess,
He said he did.
and I love a coach that say this on me. Because that's how I always be. I ain't never coached on no professional level, but when you lose, I think it's the coach's fault. When you win, it's the players. The players win, coaches lose. That's just how it works. Maybe in my heart, I'm still more player than I am coach. But players win, coaches lose. Like it just there's an adjustment of something that he didn't make. But in this particular case, I'm gonna just be honest. I don't. I mean, if Kawhi and Paul George ain't playing well, you're probably gonna lose. So I don't know really
Yeah.
if there's a coaching adjustment to make. It's not that he was 3-1 and lost 3 times in 3-1. It's this one that stings because they gave up 5 first rounds, brother. When you give up 5 first round picks for
Wow.
Paul George, I
Yeah.
mean, like at the time, I remember them saying that. But when you see the man hit the side of the backboard, them 5 first round picks, you start thinking,
They look really expensive.
they look real expensive.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, who else got that's ridiculous. Not, I mean, not, I mean, after you listen, it was like, I can see where you want to go for. You the Clippers. You're still the Clippers. You ain't gonna be nothing but the Clippers. I don't know what they do, Dave. I think they almost do. They got to blow it up. Did you get a new coach? Who you gonna get to coach them? Like, I don't know what you can do. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have. Where can you go? And then Montrez and Lou Williams, the 6 man of last year and the 6 man of this year, they look like nobody
Not good.
played with the Clippers, man. Nobody showed up It's like they went through the motions, like they were shocked that they were in a game 7. Like, how did we get here? They never got to an emotional level. They never got up enough to even be in competition with the Nuggets, and the Nuggets just do what the Nuggets have done the
You
whole
know,
bubble.
Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell played like every game against the Mavericks was Game 7. So that shocks me that they didn't play that way in this series, because I mean it was like beating the Mavericks was everything.
They don't have excuse.
Yeah,
Nobody on the Clippers have an excuse, but something has to be done, and the only thing they can do, unfortunately, is pay Montrez $100 million because that's what he's going to ask for. I score 18 off the bench. Like, there's nowhere to go, Dave. There's no they they kept trying to play Montrez throughout the series, here and there, on Jokic, just because their big man just couldn't keep up really.
I
So
physically I think Montrez could hold him, but as far as the finesse and stuff like that, Montrez, there's nothing Montrez can do about that.
I mean, the reality is Jokic. He's a big dude and he can play big, but he got, as you say, a lot of finesse in his game. Where
Yeah,
I could, I could, it's not gonna work, and it didn't work. It didn't work last night.
obviously not.
So they put Zubac in, and Zubac he tried. He tried. He tried. Like, out of all the people on the Clippers, he was the only one that I saw that tried. He just overmatched. I mean, he just couldn't do nothing, man. I like the listen. I like the breakdown. I saw a breakdown somewhere of the set that Denver run and kept running. Man, I liked it so much. I froze it. I put it into my coach's clipboard. I finna
Do
run
it.
that.
Right on.
Run that. I mean,
Send send me a link to that. I want to see it.
it was just basically, like, in layman's terms, they did a pick and roll right in the center of the court, right at the top of the key, and then whenever Jokic caught it at the free throw line, he just made decisions. Like, if you coming, whoever you come with, that's what we're talking about when we started this, was his passing skill, and it's his vision, right? I mean, you're 7 foot. It almost makes me feel like, how come all 7 footers can't do this? But he's
Right.
standing there with the ball
Absolutely.
at the free throw line, like he just catch the pass, right? And the Clippers did their job. This part, they came early, trying to fluster him to make him make the wrong decision, but it didn't work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just on the right side, you have one guy in the corner, and then he had one guy out on the wing. So wherever your guy came from, so if the guy that should have been guarding the guy in the wing, if he came down, the guy, he would just cut to the basket. He would toss it to him. If you stay with that guy, and then from the wing, he just kick it to that guy for a three. And Denver, they hit shots. Jamal Murray had 40. Like, if you just want to know how many shots, man, great for the Nuggets, bad for the Clippers. I don't know where they're gonna go. I'm very interested in seeing what they're gonna do with the Lakers. I think their confidence is high, but I still got Lakers in 5.
Right on. Right on. Yeah, I gotta take the Lakers too. I really like Denver. I think they've played about as well as they could play to get to this point. Some guys really stepped up. Um, Michael Porter Jr. You know, since he got into the bubble, has just been awesome.
off,
Jamal
off
Murray,
and on,
yeah,
off and on
yeah.
with Porter.
Joe and Jokic is who he is, but yeah, I think I mean the Lakers just got too much between LeBron and Anthony Davis alone. I mean, you just that's hard to match.
I think Porter is a number one option. I know I might be the only one on my end that believes that. I think he is healthy. I just think he needs opportunity to show it. I remember when Tracy McGrady used to be the sixth man in Toronto, but he proved that James Harden used to be, the third option in Oklahoma City. And I
Yeah,
think he came off the bench at one time too. So,
yeah.
and I think that Michael Porter Jr. is that dude. I think that if somebody trade for him, the Bulls, if somebody trade for him, hey man, don't listen,
I
man. I
I didn't say
hold up,
nothing, man.
hold up, man. You what your face said. Look, I'm just
I
saying.
I,
Our new GM is from where?
I don't know.
Denver.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm looking at Denver thinking, hey, new GM, this is what we gonna be in a year or two. I'm excited because you helped build that team. So I'm thinking, the quickest way to build that team is to go out and get a guy that you're already familiar with. I don't know if he feel the same way, but I think Michael Porter Jr. is a number one option on his team. Think he look good with the Bulls. I'm just I'm just saying that. But I think that dude got that talent. I don't know if everybody realized that they might just sometimes you can get stuck in a role, and he's not stuck yet because he's just now really healthy.
Yeah.
You can get stuck in a role and don't nobody know that you really
Well,
are that
right.
good. He
I
was projected to be that good.
Yeah, and I think that's just he's just getting to where he was going to be. So I think they've just worked him up to it, and now he's almost there. So that's why he's getting the playing time. That's why he is the player he is now. So, and I think going into next year, he's probably going to be a number one option there, and sort of Jokic will probably be like a 1A and just controlling the ball, and so I think that's great
un-
for them.
Unless you need to trade him. I'm just saying. But how you we before we leave the NBA, you know what I got to talk about?
They're getting to the NBA Western Conference Finals. Why would you trade anybody off that team?
Money. Maybe you can't pay.
He's
Maybe
still he's still on a rookie contract. Why
I
why would you give that
I
up?
I don't know that.
I'm raining on your parade, man. I
I
know.
know. I know. And I don't know, Dave, because I mean those are. I mean, because I'm serious. Sometimes I'm just making jokes, but I wanted to draft Michael. I'm like, it's just a back,
Yeah,
just a back. But I'm like,
yeah,
sometimes you gotta take a gamble.
yeah,
I mean, the Nuggets didn't know. That's why the Nuggets are the Nuggets right now. They
yeah.
took him at 14. They like, well, we don't need Michael Porter Jr. But what happens if he turns out to be the guy we got? We already good. We already
If
on
it
the
weren't for the
upswing.
back, he would have been a top 5 pick.
He'd have been a top five pick. So
So
that's all I'm saying. So give it. I mean, I'm ready. But
yeah,
speaking of top five picks or people who play like top five,
go
did
ahead.
did you
I,
see Miami Heat?
I saw the clip of the block last night.
That block was epic.
Yes, it was very good.
It was epic.
And you know what? I heard Tim Legler talking about it, and this is something I always said too. And when I played, I played when I played pickup ball. I didn't really play organized ball ever, but I always block shots with my left hand too. Bam is right-handed. He blocked that shot left-handed. That is the thing that all great shot blockers do is they block shots with their offhand. So they can block it left or right-handed. And especially if you're against a right-handed shooter, blocking shots with your left hand is huge. Where you don't have to reach across your body, you can get to the ball better.
I
You
wait.
don't you
I was
don't you don't
yeah,
foul.
correct. I was waiting on you to say it. It's fundamental. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, if they come in with the right on the right
Yes.
side, you use your
Absolutely.
left.
And
If
I am
they
amazed
come
at
in with
how many people
the
don't
left
know that.
on the left side because you either right-handed or left-handed. But it's just, I mean, somebody got to teach you this, Dave. I mean, you and I know when we was coaching youth, we taught fundamental. I mean, we had six at the most 6 plays at the most. We ran three at the most. It was rest of it is chest pass, bounce pass. Let's just be fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
And even though you in the NBA, all the greats know this. Steve Nash still used to dribble 2-3 hours to get his dribbling in. Yep. You gotta keep with your fundamentals. If he used that right hand, it's a foul. It's a damn show foul in the NBA.
Yeah.
All he had to do was catch his body just a little bit. But that block was so if we wasn't in the Eastern Conference Finals, that block would have ended the series, even in game one. I believe that Boston is good
It
enough.
would have killed the momentum.
It would have just, I mean, I mean, I can't say that Boston played better. The whole game, it was what you should see. It's the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
When you're in any kind of finals, Western Conference Finals, championship, you want to see excellent basketball. These people, everybody, I had no complaints. No coaches did everything they did. All the players, role players, star players, everybody did what they were supposed to do. One man made a play bigger than the other man. Now, you could argue Jason Tatum in some ways helped him because he cocked that thing back. You know what I mean? Like he tried
Right.
to
A
go for the
tomahawk.
kill, right? He could have, you know what I mean? Like he could have, even once he saw Bam got up, he could have pulled that back, maybe flipped it with the left or just come down with it. He tried to kill him. The same way that I think that Bam's block changed everything. I mean, if like I said, if it wasn't the Eastern Conference Finals and it wasn't the Celtics, if we was in the semifinals in Game 1, I'd been like, it's over. Like you ain't coming back from that. But if that dunk would have went down, I'd have been saying the same thing. I'd be like, "Ooh, this dunk just changed." At the end of
Well,
the game, it's
that
at
would
the
have
end
only
of the
tied
game.
the game, though.
It still take you hard though. It's still that's
But
the
you
kind
keep
of
you
stuff
keep
that it,
telling me how tough Miami is, man. That wouldn't
no
take
doubt.
Miami out of it. Yeah. So
Not Miami. That's why I keep saying if this
yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah.
semifinal, not an
Okay.
Eastern Conference, right?
All right.
That's the kind of stuff that can make you question, does God exist? What's my meaning for being here? Yeah, you're
I
like,
think that might
why
be a
did my
little
mama
exaggerated.
have me? Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that
Uh,
changes all kinds of things about your life. You
uh,
start looking at your wife. It's your fault. You just blame your wife, the dog, everybody. It can't be your fault because you think you did what you were supposed to do. Just sometimes the another guy just better than you at
does it
that
better?
moment. I mean, it didn't Tatum just get LeBron on the dunk?
I
Then he
think he
just
did.
dunk on LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what goes around comes around. This was just more nasty though, because they were both above the rim.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, it's
Yeah.
beautiful, just beautiful game. I can't wait to the next one, dude. I'm looking forward to it.
Right. It was the right play at the right time at the absolute pinnacle of the game, and it was like just a massive block on a really hard dunk attempt. So that was just all kinds of theater, that all kinds of drama, and it was just awesome to watch. So all right, the only thing else I got in the NBA is that Luca made the first team All NBA at
Shout out
21.
to Luca, man. Shout
Yeah,
out to Luca. Hey, I
he's
mean, he
he's in
should
good
have made.
company there. Yeah, there's only a few other players that have done that at 21.
Mm.
LeBron has won. Tim Duncan has won. Rick Barry has won. Kevin Durant has won. And I think there was one more, and I forgot who it was. But so there's only a few players that have ever made all NBA first team at 21.
all of this love for Luca. I mean, don't not mention LeBron.
I I did say LeBron. He's the first one I
Yeah,
said.
and LeBron now is the all-time leader in
All
NBA.
NBA selection, 16.
Yeah, yeah, that's a whole lot of bro. That's a whole lot of all NBA, bro. 16 times,
Yeah.
more than my man Kobe, more than my man Mike, more than some other people's man Tim Duncan. I mean, like whatever. That's
Well,
a lot.
Luke has got a few years to catch up.
Got a few years to catch up. I ain't gonna get to 16 though.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I
But
mean that's
well,
just a lot. I mean,
congrats
if
to
you
him
get
too. I
if you
mean,
get 5 of them, I think you should be automatic in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's a lot of it's. Listen, at the top of the NBA, it's a lot of great players. It just so happens to be 32 teams.
I know. You only get five guys on that team, man. Five.
15. You
That's all
get
you get
15. You get 15. They
on
count your
first
second.
first team
They
all being.
they count your no, no, no. When they count your like LeBron, 3 of them are not on the first team. They count when they count all time. They count whatever.
So they
I
just
mean, that's
count.
still yeah. So he has 13 first NBA all team. LeBron does, but third team. Yeah, let's not like poo poo what third team is. It's 15 of us.
Yeah,
They basically saying you the 15 best dudes in the NBA.
out of
And if
300
you go
something.
out of 300 and some, or you can look at it differently. They're saying you the top 6 at your position and top 3 if you're a center.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying? So yeah,
you can
that's
only get one. Yeah,
you only get one center, and like they barely making that because they dang near got the centers out the game. But thanks to Jokic, the big man and the center position is coming back.
damn Skippy. Learn to pass, centers. Tall guys, learn to pass. You want to be an all star. You want to be all NBA. Pass. Do your thing on the post. Block shots. Play some defense, but pass. There you go. So all right, that's NBA. That's all I got for NBA. You got anything else for NBA?
No, no, sir. Let's get on with that football.
NFL Week 1. Thomas Brady is 0-1 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, what did you expect?
Nothing. That's exactly what I expected. And you know, he's got a lot of offensive weapons there, and I still expect him to fall off a cliff. You know, he's 43. He's not with Belichick anymore, and that's kind of what I expect. I thought about drafting him in fantasy leagues and stuff this season because, man, like I said, he's got a bunch of offensive weapons, but it's boy, your time is up. That's that's all I'm saying. And maybe it's just a one off for the year. Maybe it's an exception, and it just happened in the first game. Who knows? But
I think he can still get to 3,500 yards, 3,000 yards. And, they do have two solid running backs. So, I mean, I think they are going to run the ball. But there were a few times where I thought he kind of had to put a little extra oomph to go 20, 25 yards.
yeah,
That's what it looked like to me. Maybe I saw something wrong, maybe because I don't like him. I
I'm not a fan.
respect him. I
Yeah,
respect him, but
yeah,
I don't like him. He's not a pure talent. And so I'm not gonna hate against a man that could, just the average guy going out there and being all time great. I ain't gonna hate against that.
yeah,
What I'm hating against is that people think he's number one. That's
yeah.
that's that's what
Well,
that's
I
what.
mean, you said 3,000, 3,500 yards, something like that. I mean, is that good for Tom Brady?
Well, the thing
Uh,
is, I can't say that no, it's not good with these weapons.
yes.
That's the problem. With these weapons, that should be you
Well,
should
it wouldn't have been good. And
you
the
should be a
lights
minimum of
turn out the lights. The party's over. Did your light just go out?
you did hit the pause button. Yeah, make sure you cut out the lights. Where did I leave off at?
I don't know. We were talking. It's Tom Brady. Is that good for him or not? So,
No,
if New England, it would not have been acceptable. But it was, for even at Tampa with these weapons, 3,000, 3,500 yards, it's not good.
it's not necessary. It's not good. You should be at least at minimum at 4,000, maybe 4,500.
Yeah.
But I just don't. Hey man, I just don't see it. I like Tom, but I mean 3,500 for fantasy purposes, that wouldn't be bad. You know what I mean? Like if you drafted Tom Brady late, you know what I mean, in the
That's
eighth,
true.
ninth, 10th round. But for where Tampa has plans to go, listen. Right now, he looking like playoff P. Like I'm just saying, but I mean, it didn't look good, Dave. It didn't look good. I mean, I was looking like thinking, hoping Arians would, you know, it might have been time for a trick play or something. Nothing about what I saw on Tom Brady did look good. But I'm tell you what did look good.
What's that?
What was shocking? Mitch
Oh
Trubisky.
my God! Shut up.
Hey man,
It
hold on,
was
bro.
shocking. It was shocking. It was
Hold on,
just
bro. I said he looked good. I didn't even finish in the fourth quarter.
yeah.
He looked good. In the fourth quarter, he was Tom Brady esque. I mean, he was John Elway. What the man dropped? He dropped three or four dimes in that fourth quarter that made me go, hmm. What if you had been this way last year?
Where was that for the last 3 years?
He had wait no, he never threw three passes like this in his
Well,
career.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. Where was it? It has not existed.
I'm sure Ryan Pace was in his home saying, "This the guy I drafted." No,
No, it's not.
this the guy you thought you drafted, but it didn't look good. I mean, like I don't know how that's not that fourth quarter was crazy, bro. I had already ripped up my ticket, my parlay ticket. I was like, it's worse when your team screw up your parlay ticket. It
Yeah,
made me lose my $5, and then turns out my team won it, and then somebody else screwed it up. But that's normal. But when,
yeah,
but when it's your team that screwed up
yeah.
your parlay ticket, it really bites you. But man, if we get this dude, if we get that dude, if we get fourth quarter Detroit Lions week one Mitch Trubisky, we will play in the NFC Championship.
If we get this three passes, if he can throw three passes out of
If
the 5,000 he's thrown in
No,
his career so
I don't
far,
think I said that.
all
I'm
right.
just saying the whole fourth quarter. Those three passes was the highlight of the fourth quarter. I'm just saying that we get that guy, but you know what they say about ifs.
Well,
If and buts was candy and nuts, we'd all have
uh,
a Merry
okay,
Christmas.
that's right.
It
So
ain't Christmas.
let me throw a comparison to the to what you're talking about. The game of golf. just as an analogy, the game of golf. People go out and play the game of golf, and I myself go out and play the game of golf. I enjoy it. I'm terrible at it, but I enjoy it. Um, and and what keeps you coming back is you will hit 18 holes worth of crap. And in that 18 holes worth of crap, you will hit three shots that are really good and land where you were aiming and get you to, oh man, that was all. And that is what keeps bringing you back to the terribleness that is your golf game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Mitch Trubisky did for you on Sunday. You're
No,
like,
but that's
oh, Mitch, oh
but,
yeah, he can't be a good
but
quarterback. No, he can't.
it ain't quite do it that way. But I feel what you're saying. But speaking of golf, that is what Top Golf did for me.
Yeah, but that's top golf. So that's
I'm just
cheaper.
saying. I swung that club with you for the
Yeah,
first time. For people don't know, my brother took me to Top Golf. I had never been to Top Golf. I'm thinking, it's a ball and it ain't moving. It can't be that damn hard. It is. However, I think I swung that club probably 100 times. I hit seven good hits. Seven. I
yep,
came back two, three more times in the next week trying to get. I'm like, I could do
that's
this.
right.
But that ain't how I feel about Mitch.
It's
I
a rope
already
a
know.
dope. It's a rope a dope,
So
and Mitch rope a doped you in the fourth
Mitch
quarter on
broke
Sunday.
me. Hey man, eh, Mitch, you my quarterback as long as you playing like that. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even want him to play well, Dave. I
So
don't.
you can move on.
I'm ready to move on, man. And I
Absolute.
mean, I'm ready to move on. So like, I mean, I'm happy for the win.
Yeah.
It's hard because you want your team to do well. I want them to win, but I don't want you to win with Mitch because I'm afraid you might turn back into
Yeah.
Mitch.
Yeah.
Like I don't want you to win. I want sunshine. I want Trevor Lawrence. That's who I want.
Mitch
I
looked terrible for three
what's
quarters.
Justin Fields. I'll settle for Justin Fields next year. But listen, and while I'm on my team, I ain't see you, Khalil. I was wearing your jersey all day Sunday. I was ready to rip it off, bro. I ain't see you. You ain't get a sack. I don't even know. I ain't see you. Did
Yeah.
they even call your name, brother? Other than when I ain't see you, Khalil.
I
So
kept
I
I,
was
I kept looking, going, is he playing today? I haven't
He's
seen him.
playing today. So listen. I know darn well Khalil Mack may never see this show, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You can be traded, bro, for sunshine. We'll send your butt over to Jacksonville for the first pick. That's all I'm saying. Come on out with dude. Listen, we done spent too much capital and draft to get you. You gotta produce. We gave you the money. Ain't no doubt. I mean, he got to be pressuring the quarterback at all times. If he ain't doing that, man, then we spent too much. It wasn't first 5 round picks like
Now,
P, but
Khalil, let me say to you, Khalil, that that's my brother's passion talking, and I don't think he really wants you to go away because you are a once in a generation defensive talent. But also, don't trade him to Jacksonville because they may not get the first pick. They won on Sunday.
they did another shock on Sunday. But listen, Jacksonville messed up my NFL parlay. I was happy for him though, man, because you know what, me included, nobody picked Jacksonville.
Man, they gave up before the season. They're trading away these guys, dropping that guy, cutting this guy, getting rid of Leonard Fournette. But we give up. We give up before the season starts. We're going to try to retool. We're going to do. We don't care if we win a game, and then they win the first game.
And they win the first game. So listen, maybe they listen. We know if you ain't in the halls of the Jacksonville, you ain't supposed to believe. Only you and your teammates should believe. The front office and that's it. It
Yeah.
don't matter what we think. If they believe they still got a shot and they go out there and do it on the field, that's cool too. But shocking, messed up my parlay.
Yeah.
Another $5 gone. Thank you, Jacksonville Jaguars. But who doesn't love an underdog though? But
Oh,
not
we
this.
all do. Well,
I
you
don't
know
know.
what? I don't love Jacksonville
Not
because
as an underdog because they gave it away.
yes, because the underdogs try hard, man. Jacksonville's trying hard to give it away.
They gave it away. It
That's
didn't
not an
matter.
underdog. That's a
So
quitter.
yeah, you want to
So,
cheer.
do what?
You want to cheer for the Panthers. That's a real
That-
underdog.
That's right. That's a real underdog. So, my Panthers are also 0-1. That sucks. Teddy B didn't do too bad. I'm not too displeased with that. He did all right. What is this? What
Come
is
on,
all
man.
this?
What's the what you think he just did all right?
No, he did pretty good.
Dave, I would so am I putting his salary in it too? Because
No,
as
I'm not.
starting
I'm not
quarterback,
looking at salary when I'm watching somebody play,
I
man.
think you
You
got what
think of that, and I don't.
I think you got what you paid for.
No, I think he did pretty good. There was a
I
few
think you got
passes there that looked a little shaky, but his decision making was good. Most of his passes were pretty good. I don't blame him for the loss or anything like that. Our defense is terrible.
so like for example, you probably would disagree. Cam had a great game. He only make 900,000. That's a great game for a dude only make 900 grand.
See, I don't. You
The
can't look at.
money that
You
you
can't
know
look at
why
the
the money
money.
you know why the money matters?
Why does it matter?
Because if you make, for example, I love to use this dude because Neil Hall, swear for God, he's a running quarterback. Russell Wilson. I was like, Russell Wilson is not a running quarterback. He just runs
When he needs to.
when he has to. Like if nothing else is there, don't fault the man because he has the ability to run.
Right.
Right? That's not a running quarterback.
He's not a guy calling his number all the time.
You
Like
have a
Cam.
more
Cam does do that.
well, Cam don't call his own plays, but
Well,
but
whatever
they
the coach
in the
does.
New England game,
Right.
they
Yeah.
said they called 13 legitimate Cam
Right.
quarterback run.
That's a running quarterback.
That's a running quarterback. But
Yes.
when you drop back to pass and there's nobody there, but if you recall, Russell, I mean, his best wide receiver is still Tyler Lockett. I mean, he ain't got,
No,
you know
he
what I mean?
got DK Metcalf's pretty decent.
Now, but
Yeah.
in the beginning, when he first won his Super Bowl, when he was, when early in his early years, his receivers were better. But the second they gave him that money, you losing. I don't care who you are, you're going to lose a weapon the minute
Yeah.
they give you the quarterback money. Now it's on you to make this guy I drafted in the 5th round look better.
Look
And
like a second rounder.
that's why the money matters. If I ain't paying you nothing, then I can pay this guy something.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So to me, that's why the money matters.
Well,
Like
on the
that's
Panthers
why.
team, that's Christian McCaffrey, and McCaffrey did everything to make everybody look better.
Well, it ain't that hard. I said this about Teddy B or any quarterback to play with McCaffrey. That should just throw it to him. If you don't have no, you don't have to run. Just outlet that thing to do. You know what I mean? Like that. That's how you get. That's how you fit. Even if you don't complete it, I got some people make quarterback hard, bro. If you don't know where to go when you drop back and pass, look for the best guy on your team out there running the route
Well,
and
you know
throw it in
what?
his direction because it behooves him too to make
Yeah.
the play. He trying
You,
to get paid.
you know what I learned from watching Carolina, and I knew this from last year, but what I learned from watching Carolina against Las Vegas on Sunday is that I am picking every running back in daily fantasy this year that runs. It's playing against Carolina because our run defense it was terrible last year. It's terrible. It's worse this year. Josh Jacobs is really good. Don't get me wrong,
I was
but
about to say,
but if our run defense were better, maybe he only scores 2 touchdowns. I don't know, but they're terrible. The run defense, and
speak
we lost a bunch of guys on defense this year. So
a
it is what it
bunch
is.
of guys. But that's
Yeah,
why we got on to Carolina in the first place is because that's a real underdog. They kind of rebuilding, but not kind of rebuilding. I
yeah.
mean, when you have McCaffrey, and then you
You're not
get
rebuilding.
Teddy Bridge, and you have Teddy Bridgewater, he may not be, a young Drew Brees, but he's better than most. You could have Mitch. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Oh
he's
yeah.
better. He's better than your average quarterback. I think he's slightly better than that. And we already know he proved if you give me good coaching and develop a plan around my skills,
Yeah.
I'm 5-0. He already showed that. Like if you're Minnesota, and you and I have discussed this many times before about Teddy B. Should they have waited for his knee to heal? You know what I mean? They just they cut bait on him, in my opinion, a little too early when you drafted him where you drafted him at. You drafted him late in the first. I mean, Teddy B did not get the Mitch Trubisky love. As soon as he got hurt, they said you out of there. The Bears repeatedly keep giving Mitch opportunities where
Yeah.
Teddy Bree had to go to the Jets, bro, to revive his career. Like out of all places, and it wasn't. He still be stuck in no man's land if Sean Payton and the Saints front office are not as smart as You know what I mean? If they
Yeah.
not that smart, they went to the Jets and say, you know what? Let me get this guy. He ain't gonna play for you. Not gonna play for you either. Maybe. And it turns out that he did play for him,
Yeah, he
but
did.
they recognize the skill. I think in a perfect world, I think the Saints never wanted him to take the field. I think the Saints never wanted him to have to be 5-0
Yeah.
because that raised the money to more than what they was willing gonna want to pay him. And I don't mean as a backup. They would
As
love
a
they
successor to Drew Brees.
they wanted him to succeed Drew Brees, but then Drew got hurt and they had to play. And hey, you got to play for today. You got to play to win. We can't try to hide you and pretend that you ain't this good. But imagine he might not be in the league right now, Dave, if the Saints don't come get him from the Jets. Because the Jets say this is our quarterback. We drafted him. You're here to be a backup. He could have turned into Robert Griffin, bro.
Yeah. He could have he would be a better solution for the Jets than Sam Darnold right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, but again, where
Yeah.
we draft you matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we have. I mean, it's the reason why Baker
Mitch
Mayfield,
Mitch is still playing and
why Mitch
Baker's still
still
playing.
playing, why Baker Mayfield still playing. Where we draft you
But
matters,
who's not? Josh Rosen.
Josh. Hey man, I feel bad for dude. I think this.
I
We
do
said this
too.
last week. I
We
think he
talked
can
about it.
play.
Yeah.
It's not his fault that Kyler Murray's system style of play fits the new coach system. He would still be the. And then it's not his fault that Tua just happened to be. Listen, man, I think Tua is better than Rosen. I'm not mad at Miami for saying, "Hey, dude, you ain't gonna make this squad."
Yeah.
I mean, like, just bad luck for
But
Rosen.
you know what? He's spending time with Tom Brady now. So maybe Brady plays this year and retires and they give it to Josh. That could happen.
And it could happen. I mean, I wish him well. I mean, just like I wish when you, he didn't get a fair shake, bro. That's all I'm saying. I know
I agree.
some people think he played. Oh well, he had a season. That's good enough. Hey man, rookie quarterbacks don't always look that good. I mean, Pat Mahomes didn't turn out to be Pat Mahomes right away.
Didn't take him long though.
Didn't take him long, but that's a special
Yeah.
talent. Ain't nobody. I mean, who is Pat Mahomes? Who looked that good? Peyton Manning had 25 interceptions in his rookie year. You see what I'm saying? Maybe Dan Marino. Did he look that good?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
He
he
did.
did.
But I can't think of nobody else that looked real good in their first 32 games like that. Pat
Me either.
Mahomes good, bro. It's
Yeah.
Marino and Mahomes in the first 32 games. That's it, bro. So I mean, you gotta give these people time, man. And while we talking about giving people time, all the rookie wide receivers looked good to me. All of them. Ruggs,
He looked good. I'm trying to think of the others. Nikhil Harry
CeeDee
didn't look that
Lamb,
good.
Nikhil
Nikhil,
Harry's a
he's
second
second year. You're right. I take that back.
second. Usually it take a while for wide receivers, but this wide receiver crop came in doing it big, man. I'm excited. I don't even like wide
Wide
receivers.
receiver position is really deep right now across the league. Speaking of wide receivers, your boy Allen Robinson talking about possibly getting a trade from Chicago. I don't know if they're going to do that, but he said something like, "Well, hey, if you guys don't want to extend me, can you trade me or something like that?" I'm that kind of conversation took place,
He
and
made a
honest,
soft trade. He
and
made a soft request.
yes, if we can't get this extension done, you just go ahead and trade me. But you know what? If I'm Allen Robinson, I want to get traded, and not because I don't like Chicago, but because he does not have a quarterback there. I think Allen Robin is a top 10 receiver. He has top 10 receiver talent in this league, but he has been stuck with Mitch and Blake Bortles. That is horrible. And he looked pretty good with Blake Bortles. He made Bortles look better than he was. But man, I like Allen Robinson a lot. I think he's a great receiver. I want him to go somewhere. He has got a quarterback.
I respect him, but I'm not giving him no damn Julio money. I'm not giving him
Oh,
no Hopkins money. He
oh
makes
no.
13. He make 13 now, Dave. Where's he trying to go?
I
Where
don't know.
is he? Where is he trying to go? If he, you said he a
I
top
don't know what he's
10.
asking for. Yes, I do
You
think he's
say he
top
a
10.
top 10 receiver. I think he's 15th at best. I think he is not a tier one wide receiver. I
Yeah.
like the dude. I respect the dude. I love the dude. I trade him in a hot second. Give me a third round for him since y'all all think he that good. Everybody, holding his nuts. I think Anthony Miller given the opportunity, could be the Bears number one. The rookie Mooney looked cold. I didn't even know who he was. I had to Google, like, damn, where we get this cat from? We do have Riley Ridley on the roster. Maybe he could wake up and turn into his brother Calvin. I like Allen Robinson, but I don't love you. I
Yeah.
like him enough to date him.
I
I don't love
I
him
think you're
enough to get
you're
married
wrong.
to him.
I think you're wrong. I think I
He,
definitely
you think I'm wrong in what? That he should get again, we talk
that
the money
you
matters.
said that he's
How
top
much you
10.
gonna give
No,
him,
no, the
Dave?
money matters to you, not to
How
me.
much you gonna give him? You
Whatever
said
it
he a top
takes.
10 wide
I don't
receiver.
know.
So you
I
gonna give
you
him
no
20
no you
million.
no. Would you let me talk? Damn it. No. No, I don't think he deserves Julio money. No, I don't think he deserves Michael Thomas money. I don't know what it costs to get him, but like I said, all I said is I want him to go somewhere. There's a good quarterback. Money matters to you, not me.
It matters because they have a salary cap, Dave.
That's fine.
You
I'm
said,
saying
but you
I'm
just said
but
go ahead and sign them. And signing them requires money.
you're not listening, man. You're not listening at all. I'm
I am.
you're talking about money, not me. I'm
How much?
saying
How
I'm
much? Okay, but
see
I'm
you're
asking.
still talking
I
about
am.
money. How
I
much?
am. I am. So
I'm
I'm
not talking
asking
about
you,
money.
how much should Allen Robinson get paid?
I don't know. That's not my province.
Then
I
we
don't
can
care.
move on because that's the
No,
whole
no,
point.
it is
That's what he
not.
Dave. That's what he arguing about. He's arguing
That's
about
not
money. So
what
what?
we're arguing about. That's
Yes,
what you're
I am
arguing
because
about.
that's the whole premise of what he's
No,
talking
it's
about,
not.
Dave.
That's not the premise
Dave,
of what I'm talking about. You're changing the subject.
no, I'm talking
You're
about what
pivoting.
Allen Robinson is talking
You're
about. You're
pivoting.
changing the subject.
I'm
Allen
not.
Robinson wants to get paid.
Okay,
He
that's fine.
said,
I'm not
pay me
talking
or
about
trade me.
that's
That's
and
what he said.
what
So
did
you
I say?
changing
What did I
it.
say?
I heard
What
you.
did
You
I
want him to
say?
get a better. You want him to get a better quarterback.
There
That's
you go.
dog. Who
That's what I said.
cares? Good for him.
Because I think he is a top 10 quarterback, a receiver in this league. He has that talent.
Okay,
He,
and top
that's
10
what I'm
people
saying.
get
That
paid
is
more.
my point entirely.
Correct.
I
And
don't
as a
care about your money, what you're
top
talking
10
about.
wide receivers get
Give him,
paid more than
then
what
give him top
he's
10
already getting
receiver
paid
money.
top 10 money.
Well, then fine, give it to him somewhere else. I don't care what he makes.
Correct.
He is a
Correct.
top 10 receiver.
Allen
Okay,
does.
that's great for
That's
Allen.
the whole premise of what he's saying.
And
Pay me
what
or
you're
trade
saying,
me.
that is not what I'm saying. If that's top 10 money, fine, give him top 10 money. I don't care about
He's
that.
got it.
Okay, great,
So now
fantastic.
what? So basically, that's the whole point of what he's
But
talking
I
about,
don't
Dave.
care about that, man. You're not listening to me at
I
all.
do, but we're
You are
talking about
not listening
Allen.
to a word I'm
But
saying.
why are we talking about Allen at all?
I I said I want him to go somewhere there's a better quarterback.
Agreed. Why are we
Okay,
talking about Allen?
because
Because
I
he wants
like
to
him.
get paid more money
Because he wants to go somewhere else.
and get paid more
Fine,
money.
however you want to do it. I don't want him to play with Mitch Trubisky. How's that? Is that better?
That's great. That's
Whatever you
been
got to do to
settled.
get rid of him, trade him, give him money,
That's
whatever
been
you got to
settled.
do. I don't
The
want him to
whole
play with
point,
Mitch.
the
I
only
want him
reason
to
we're
play with a
bringing
good
up
quarterback.
Allen is because he said, pay me or trade me. I want a new extension. The whole conversation
So
about Allen
extend him at the
is
same
about his
price,
money.
whatever. It doesn't matter the money. Extend him at the same price. Whatever. That's still top 10 money. That's fine. He go.
He
I
wants
want him to
more.
go somewhere. There's a better quarterback.
He wants more. I'm
Oh,
probably sure, like most people, he'll take that 18 million and play with Blake Borders again. He's obviously
right.
okay playing with the Bears if they was willing to extend him.
Yeah, that
And
was a foolish.
to him, it ain't about you trying to make it. I want him to play because you know, but obviously he wants to be paid. You're trying to make it like that's not part of the conversation, and that's when it is.
It's not part of
We
my
wouldn't even be
conversation.
we wouldn't even be talking about Allen if it wasn't about his money.
I said I've always talked about Allen. I've always thought he was a good receiver. He was on my fantasy teams when he was with Jacksonville. My point is, I want him to go somewhere. I don't want him to stay with Mr. Trubisky. I don't want him to stay with the Bears. I don't care how you arrange it. I don't care what money you give him or who trades him or do what. I don't give a crap about any of that. I want Allen to play with a better quarterback. That's all I'm talking about. That is my point entirely. And you got sidetracked on all this money and
No,
all. I don't
no, I
care
didn't
about
get
that
sidetracked.
crap.
I didn't get sidetracked.
Yes, you did.
The purpose of the conversation is
And
out.
the
What did
purpose
you
of my
say?
conversation was I want him to
He
play with a better
wants to
quarterback.
be traded or extended.
That's his conversation. That's not my conversation. That's your conversation and his conversation. My conversation was I want him to play with a
Got
better
you, Jay.
quarterback
I
because I
got
think he's a great receiver.
you.
That
Five
is
five
entirely
minutes
mine.
ago, I said I got you, and then
All right.
put it back onto what he wanted to talk about.
Okay. I, he's not on this show, so I don't care what he wants to talk about. How about that?
Fair enough. Fair,
Fair enough.
fair enough. He ain't
If
one of the
If Alan wants to come on, we'll get him on,
talk
and
about his buddy.
he could talk about his money. I'm
I'm,
offered. Get him on the phone right
I'm gonna
now.
send him a text. But I wanted to bring this up because you said
Okay, go ahead.
in the same token when Giannis took all the Buck stuff off,
Yeah,
you said it didn't mean nothing. Allen
I did.
Robinson took all his Bear stuff off, and now it mean a little something. But you know what I mean. Ultimately, I'm gonna say this: I want everybody to get paid who can get paid. Get what you can get. I don't care if it's with my
Okay,
team or not.
all right.
But I'm just saying, as a Bears fan, I ain't willing to give me more than 13.
Okay, that's good. As an Allen Robinson fan, I would rather him take less money and play with a better quarterback. But that's me. That's not him. That's not you. That's not it. Whatever it takes for him to play with a better quarterback so he can show how good a receiver he is. That's what I want.
Since you have Allen's best football on the field interest in hand, where you gonna go there? What's a good spot for
Um,
him? Understand he does have
yeah,
value.
yeah, I understand. Man, they're hurting San Fran and Garoppolo's better than Mitch. But I would say Cowboys because he's pretty good, but they got too many receivers there already. Uh, I don't I hadn't thought about it a whole lot just yet.
San
So
Fran actually makes sense to me.
San Fran,
Now,
that was my
we
first thought. San
uh,
Fran.
now we don't know if that fits into the salary cap if they
No,
got
right.
13
I
million
don't know.
because we ain't taking back no players.
Yeah. So I before I might have said San Diego, but Philip Rivers ain't there anymore. Maybe the Colts. Maybe the Colts. Philip Rivers is a passing quarterback. Terod Taylor is not as much as Philip, but Philip's only going to be there like maybe a year or two before he retires, probably. Huh?
Well, don't he want to be the number one too though?
I think he's better than Ty.
Not even almost statistically no. I
Well,
just I just
statistically,
leave it at that.
look at the quarterbacks they played with. So,
Okay,
uh,
he's not better than Ty right now.
I don't know. Shit, almost maybe Tennessee.
He's not gonna be the number one over Brown. They like Brown. He on a rookie deal. He don't make a lot.
What did
He,
Brown do this weekend? He do much? I'm not sure if he did much this weekend. No, I didn't think so.
what comes
Corey Davis led the team.
finally Corey Davis did
I
something.
know. Yeah.
But there's
So
no places where he can go, be the number one wide receiver, and get sick. Because I think he's going to end up around 16, 17 million. I don't think he's going to hit that 18 million mark. I
what
think he
about
clearly
what about
understands
what about Houston?
Houston needed him.
Yeah.
Houston needed him. And they like, I'm about to make this call myself because they love giving away stuff.
Have
Like,
at it.
I'm going to call Houston myself. Houston, we need them picks about you. Bill
Yeah.
O'Brien on the ooh, Lord. Houston, we need them picks about you.
Yeah.
He didn't even got to
So
listen. We'll take a pick in 24, 25, and 26. When let me get them picks up out of Houston. All right, so Dave, now you found a place for Allen Robinson to go. I agree, Houston to be perfect.
or San Fran. Either one.
He probably would prefer San Fran, but he probably got to take a pay cut. He ain't got to
Okay.
take. But hold on.
All right.
Houston, it is
Okay.
Houston. You know
All right.
why? You
Why?
know why it's Houston? Because he could move right into that money that Hopkins left.
Yep.
To him, it would be great money. To Hopkins, underpaid. So he could move right into that slot, get 16 million.
We solved the problem
We solved it. We
because
got
that's
him
what we
paid.
do.
We got him paid and got him with a team and with a quarterback. Man,
And you got draft picks out of it.
guess what? I say this every third show. Somebody to hire us, bro. We got this. We got this. What is Brian Pace doing? He's so
Uh,
focused on Mitch Trubisky. Man, cut that dude. First of all, we got Cole Kmet. We don't need you, baby. We got us a Notre Dame tight end. We gonna be straight. Get on up out of there, dog.
uh, all right. Next. Anyway, so I guess that's enough on NFL today. NCAA, I just got a couple things. Just I thought this was interesting. So Dylan McCaffrey opted out of Michigan. He's going to transfer. That's Dylan McCaffrey is Weapon X's younger brother, apparently.
So,
At least they said his dad was Ed. So I assume that's the
uh,
same Ed. That's the,
I, first
I
of
don't know.
all,
I just thought that was interesting because his younger
first of all,
brother's a quarterback at Michigan.
Dylan,
Yeah.
you're Ed's son. You're not quite qualified to be Weapon X, brother.
Well,
Just-
you know,
I don't.
well, if you're going to go that route, then
I,
Ed is just Weapon X's father
correct,
because Ed was pretty good,
correct.
but he
But
was
I
no
thought Ed
he
got a
was
Super
no
Bowl
Chris.
ring though. Didn't Ed get a Super Bowl ring?
Yeah, with Denver.
All right, so I mean, Ed could
Yeah, but
qualify to be Ed McCaffrey on his own.
yeah, okay. I'll give him that
but
because of the ring. I'll give him that.
but Dylan,
I just
you
thought it
ain't,
was interesting.
you ain't
Just
there yet.
yeah.
You ain't there yet.
Well,
Did
the
you hear
reason
what you heard what
he's
TJ JJ Watt said about TJ Watt, right?
what's that?
When they was somebody asked JJ about a comparison about TJ, being on his level or something, and he said when he get a couple defensive players of the year, then we can discuss him. It's the same thing. You ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't done nothing, Dylan. So you ain't nothing
That's a little
until you do something.
brotherly rivalry. But
like
no, Dylan didn't. He couldn't take the top spot at quarterback there. That's why he's transferring out. He opted out of the season. Yeah.
I ain't gonna listen. First of all, your family got a little bit of cash, and you trying to make it to the league. I'm just gonna be serious about it for a minute. Do what you have to. I mean, Joe Burrow went to LSU because Justin Fields came to Ohio State. Justin Fields left Georgia because of the quarterback. It is what it is. We're at a point now we can stop lying about college being, about they free agents. Like your college scholarship is a 1 year deal anyway. People don't know that they're not 4 year deals. They're 1 year renewable deals. So y'all free agents anyway. Good for Dylan. Ultimately, now choose the right spot that's gonna come let you do what you do.
That's right. So the other thing in the NCAA I had I saw today that basketball can possibly start on November 25th, which is the day after Thanksgiving. Is
Mm-hmm.
what they said. So that will be nice to see that happen because last I heard it was just going to be toward the beginning of the year or whatever. But NCAA said today that it could possibly happen around the 25th.
College. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were saying some reason I
No,
had
no,
in
no,
my head
college, not
NBA,
NBA.
NBA,
No, 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 no,
because the
college.
NBA said that they're gonna do the draft on November 18th.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, how you
They're
gonna
not going to start on the 25th.
draft on the 18th? Damn, NBA. All right.
Oh my
So
gosh.
college is saying they're gonna start one day after
Yes.
Thanksgiving. One problem with one day after, not Thanksgiving, that work.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Thanksgiving's all football.
That'll work.
So I'm
We
not
need
sure if we'll
we
see
need
that
something
happen
to
or
do.
not
We need something to do on that Friday.
on Black Friday because we ain't going out. I'm not getting near people. I don't know how that's going to work. Somebody who was it Walmart or somebody canceled Black
I ain't
Friday?
even think of that. I ain't even. It ain't gonna be no damn Walmart. You know they getting their cash.
It was
they
somebody that said they canceled Black Friday. That they're not doing it this
Nothing
year.
has changed for Walmart during this pandemic, brother. They were probably the busiest people on the planet.
Yeah.
In April. I mean, it was. I mean, you remember in April there were no toilet paper to be bought. So I'm just saying. So like Walmart made that money, so they don't care about the people. They ain't finna do all that
Well,
limit
I don't know,
people in on a
man.
Black Friday.
I don't know. Every time I go to Walmart now, there's like half the amount of people that are there when I was used to be there. I mean, the parking lots they're half full.
Damn, you live on the side of town where people probably use delivery options.
But no, the community I live in is mostly Indian. I mean, this area is
Delivery
probably
options.
I don't know, man. I'm comparing apples to apples. So where it was
Hey,
100% before, it might be 60% in the parking lot now, what it was. So and the people in the building.
I mean, yeah, but they're Granny Smith apples versus Red Delicious. I mean, it's still an apple, but it's the demographics matter.
Well,
I
but
mean,
this is not like a wealthy side of town by any stretch of the
it
imagination.
is it is not the Walmart in South Dallas. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's not.
That
But I
one
mean,
stay packed.
but
All of them.
it's not the Walmart in North Richland Hills either. I mean, it's not or the Walmart in any rich section of town, whatever
I
that is
I
called.
agree, because I saw your Walmart and they still look like they got an old building.
Oh, they do.
I sound like going in there. I get confused. I'm like, where? This is like a 1990s Walmart. Where's
Yeah,
everything at? Where's everything at?
yeah. So anyway, so I hope to see that on basketball on November 25th. That'd be awesome. And I still hope that Coach K and the boys will get together that tournament with everybody in Division One. That would be so awesome.
Or they could
So
just sit around and watch all them Kentucky players in the NBA playoffs right now.
well, they could do that. There's a lot of well, not. I was gonna say there's a lot of Duke guys, but
Probably,
but but
probably,
this
probably.
this I will say this. This is probably the best era ever for former Duke players in the NBA because there are a lot of them.
There's
I think there's a lot
there's
more, and several of them are actually pretty good.
there's Barrett and Zion who who actually matter on their team. Who else from
Ingram,
very good? Who else?
uh, there's a couple more. Probably Marvin Bagley probably matters on his team.
Uh, they talking about trading him now.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, he was injured early. Whatever. Every time I see him, they start giving him minutes. He starts looking really good, and then he like either gets hurt or they shut him down or something. I don't know what, but he's not too bad.
I
Um,
think he still. I think he still is that dude. I think he just requires some more development. I don't
yeah,
think he ever gonna be the 20 point, 10 rebound guy I thought he should have, could have, would have been.
no.
I think he's more 15 and 8, 12 and
JJ JJ Redick matters on his team.
8. Okay.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Um,
How many of them still in the playoffs that matter though? Because I'm looking at
I don't
Anthony
think there's any in the
Davis,
playoffs.
Jamal Murray, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. Boy, them damn Kentucky boys looking good.
All right.
I mean, let me just stop right there. Tyler Hero has ice in his damn veins, bro.
the
I mean,
guy can shoot.
he can shoot, and he sometimes I'd be like, Tyler, that ain't your. Oh yeah, good shot, baby. He come down and shoot like he the number one option on the squad, bro.
Well, that's why I told you
He
I
put
put money on him for rookie of the year just because I knew he would get the opportunity and he is not shy taking the shots.
and listen, it's crazy how you made that call for Tyler Hero, but we didn't see Kendrick Nunn coming,
No, we didn't.
and Tyler Hero still matters to the point that, like, if you'd have told me, hey, there's gonna be another rookie on his team getting minutes, I'd have told you, ooh, that might have not been a good bet. I mean, you still didn't win it, but it was still a good bet. But I didn't see Kendrick Nunn coming, dude. But Tyler Hero still, man, I watched that game. This dude pulling it early in the shot clock, and that's probably not buckets. That's another three.
Oh, and also Kyrie Irving. I don't count him, but I know you do.
Dude, he done. Did you hear me go? I was like, Kyrie, man. Matters.
All right.
All
So
right.
moving on. What do you got for you suck, man?
Can I give you suck to my man? I'm gonna do it. I'm giving. I'm giving you suck to my man Zeus. Zeus, I love you, but damn, bro, you could have.
Uh,
I had to, Dave.
okay. Listen,
Let
man.
me tell you,
There's more going
I
on there,
know,
man.
I know, but let me tell you why though.
Yeah.
Because he made your life hard, and if he, and anybody that make your life a little harder, I ain't with that. So,
All right.
yeah, man. I mean, I'm with you. I get that, sometimes we have other issues that make us do things that we're not ordinarily do.
Yeah.
But I let me just say this. There was a time in my life where I believe it was 1999. I think I was living here. And things had got real bad. And mine just snapped. And I was finna go to a place where I know I could go and get some money illegally.
Yeah.
And God is good because I bumped into a dude that I had not seen, and he called my name, and I couldn't, but I could hear him, but I couldn't hear him. And then he bumped into me again, like, hey, like he kind of like shook me, bump. It's like, hey man, I'm talking to you. Like, and I kind of snapped and I looked at him and I went, huh? so so I know from a personal standpoint, sometimes you're not in your right mind and you do stuff that you're not accustomed to.
Yeah.
But I also know that there's somebody gonna bump into you to pull you back.
But
So
I think this was a medication thing, and so that's a little different. So than just being out of it mentally because you got other thoughts in your mind. So I was really angry, and I'm still a little bit angry about it. And to me, it
yeah,
was very
you're
personal. I don't
you're a
want to go.
sweet
You know,
dude.
there's some people watching this that
I
just
know you're a
I
sweet
don't want to go.
dude, man. You a sweet dude. That man
But
caused you a little bit of it's a show, Dave. It's okay to give him a you, sir.
but
But you
you
don't
know,
want to. You know what I mean?
but
Like
he's still my sister's husband. So I just
I
I'm
still,
angry. I'm
I
angry with
still,
him.
I still love Zeus.
But I understand more about why it happened
Yeah,
and some stuff that went on this week with the fantasy league and all that kind of stuff. But I thought it was very personal because he did some stuff that I asked him not to do, and then did
yeah.
it after I asked him to,
That's
and
why you
then
get.
he did it knowing it was going to make my life hard, and
Hey,
then so
if he make your life hard,
yeah,
that pains me a little. We still gonna love Zeus,
oh
but he's
yeah,
still gonna Zeus. I love you, bro, but you taking this you suck. It's for you.
all right,
Get better, get healthy, and call me if you need something, man. But for that one move,
yeah.
let me be honest. You suck because you didn't trade me Patrick Mahomes. Just go ahead and put it out there. I
No,
was
that's
trying to sneak and get a trade in too. I was looking for Patrick Mahomes, and I made you a real deal. I'm trying to give you Drew Brees. Like I wasn't even trying to
tried to
like
give him
really,
too much.
huh?
Tried to
I
give
tr-
him too much.
I tried to give him too much. So I was. You suck for not giving me Patrick Mahomes.
He was going
Is
to.
it?
Fair enough, but I vetoed that trade anyway. I probably would not have vetoed Drew Brees for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it was close enough that I probably would not have vetoed it. But that's honestly why I like having the veto power at the league manager level. But we can talk about that later with some fantasy stuff.
You are. I mean, listen. If for people who don't know, my brother is the most sweetest, honest cat on the planet. The
Which who
reason
talking
you
about Andre?
don't talk about you. Shout out to my other brother Andre. Birthday was just yesterday. Um, but I tell people this all the time. Dave, you my conscience, man. I tell people all the time when I'm making a decision, somebody done piss me off, and I'm about to go shoot him. I always call Dave first and say, "Hey, man, let me tell you what happened. I'm finna go shoot this dude." Like, and he always talk me off. I be mad too that because he make good sense. Like, no, you don't. It's not a reason to shoot a person. Blah blah blah. You just saved somebody's life. Nah, I probably wouldn't have killed him. I just like to shoot people in the
I
kneecap
saved your life because you don't want to
and
go
made
to
them.
prison.
No, I ain't going to prove. Say I'm gonna get caught, Dave. I can't get caught. Dave, Dave, I can't get caught, man. Let me
Okay,
just say that between the ghetto hood training and my military training, I can't get caught, bro. I'm straight.
okay,
You
all
don't
right.
even know how many people I shot in the kneecaps.
Oh, dude,
You
dude,
don't. You
you're
don't.
right.
As
I
a
don't. I don't want to know if
statute
that
of
ever happens.
limitations is over. It
All
was all
right,
before I met you, though.
all
Because
right,
if I had not met you, I'd still be shooting people in the kneecaps. I'm
all
just
right.
saying. I'm,
Well, I'm glad you never shot me in the
just saying.
kneecaps.
I'm just saying. But I'm gonna tell this story about the time you told me. Yep, yep, that was worth shooting them. And I was loading up my gun. I was like, this dude dead.
Oh,
My brother said, and then you gonna come with this all other crap that then, but then said all it, but then say, yeah, he does deserve to be shot, but not today. Oh, I was mad as hell that day.
what was that about? I don't
Man,
remember that.
I tell that story about once every 6 weeks when I'm in the bar or something. I'm telling talk about my brother, and I'd be like, hey man, my brother like he's like Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Monk,
But that's why you suck, man. What you
Jiminy
got
G.
for you suck?
All right. Well, I just my man. I'm going back to the riding trail again. Uh, dude, I just same stuff. One, I think they are plowing that up and going to build some stuff back in there. Man, I hate that. They're just tearing up a nice wetland area, nice fresh air and all kinds of wildlife and stuff, and they're tearing it up. The other thing is the people on the trail. You got people. There's like basically it's 10 feet wide. You got a left, a right, and a middle. If you're two people wide walking down the trail, walk single file. If you're two people riding bicycles, ride single file. If you see somebody coming, especially one of you get behind the other, whatever. If you see somebody coming, do that. Otherwise, take the whole trail. I don't care. But you
You
got
just
people that are just not watching what they're doing. You got families like 5 or 6 people out there walking, just taking up the whole trail.
just say
Just
people rude.
yes, not thinking about. I stay to the right all the time. I only get over to the left when I pass somebody. I let them know I'm coming. Just people just don't think about other people out there. Like this trail is for everybody, not just for you and your family and your kid. Your kids are beautiful and that's fantastic and that's awesome. You're taking them out for a walk and all that. Don't let them wander all over the. I almost hit a kid the other day because mom and dad weren't watching him and he just like took a left out there on the trail while I was passing him and I came within like 2 feet of hitting him. So anyway, you people that don't watch what you're doing out there on the trail and take it all up, you suck.
Rude
Just
people suck. You suck. I agree, Dave. They do. I had that
so
same problem out on
I don't want that
at
feeling.
White Rock. When
Yeah.
I used to go to White Rock Lake with Jeremy and yeah, I mean, like I couldn't tell what was worse, the rude people or the condoms and the crack needles. I don't know. It's just, I mean, like,
Well, luckily, there's none of that out here. But I don't want that feeling if I hit a child accidentally because mom and dad aren't watching them and I'm
yeah,
by there,
yeah. And you're gonna
15
feel
miles.
guilty no matter what
You're
because
right.
it's
I
a
am.
child. You're
Yeah.
gonna always feel like, hey, I'm the adult. I should have swerved and crashed
Yeah.
myself. And
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean, like you're gonna,
But what's going to make it worse is that child's parents are going to blame me even though they're not watching them. And one, I'm going to feel guilty anyway. Two, they're going to say, "Oh, it's your fault." It's like, no,
right.
you're out here on a trail with bikes moving around. Would you let your child walk in the street? No, you wouldn't. Not without holding his hand or something like that. So anyway, but that's my you suck. That's all I got. So give me some raised rumination.
Raised rumination shoulda, coulda, would have been you suck. I was reaching a little bit for you suck because I couldn't figure out if I wanted this to be you suck or if I wanted this to be raised rumination. NFL, you suck. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. They made this big old to do about Black Lives Matter, and one of the things they was gonna do is play the Black National Anthem, "Lift Every Voice and Sing" by the great James Weldon Johnson, and they did, but they didn't televise it. So
I saw it.
you
Alicia
seen
Keys
it?
sang it. Alicia Keys sang it.
Well, that would be one because I was looking. I got two recordings from the Chiefs game, not the Chiefs game, but I recorded a couple games because I wanted to get deep in detail. But they played the national anthem. So to me, I don't know if it's the NFL or maybe it was the television network that I was watching it on that just didn't play it. But
Okay.
whoever that was that dropped the ball, it's just a bad look. But I'm gonna still blame the NFL for this reason and this reason only.
Okay. But I saw it.
I gave the NBA crap about you could do better.
Yeah.
I said y'all got Black Lives Matter on the shirts and on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, so I gotta stay consistent. The NBA made sure you saw Black Lives Matter. The NBA made sure that you know it does matter. Like we're gonna voice this out. You say you heard them sing the song. I'm saying at least two of them that I saw I didn't hear the song. I'm black. I wanted to hear the black national
Yeah.
anthem on TV. Do you know how many people I was married to a white woman and she didn't know it was a black national anthem? She thought I was crazy because I used to make my kids sing the black national anthem before they ate dinner. I mean, like every man got to sing for a dinner around here. Like, she thought it was cruel and unusual, but I just thought it was funny and cool because I just wanted them to know what the black national
Yeah.
anthem was, that it existed, right? Something that actually represents you and your struggle as
Yeah.
opposed to something that doesn't. So I was hyped for it, even though I thought it was kind of weak. And then it just got weaker for me. So for Ray's Reminiscence, I'm blaming the NFL because y'all didn't make sure that it got televised and that everybody saw it the same way
Yeah.
that they played the national. You made sure that they pointed out this guy stood and this guy didn't. but you didn't make sure. Like that should have been like a memo to all the networks. Let's make sure. And then they continued to talk about the national anthem, but just kind of skirted away from what I heard one guy say, oh yeah, and we did sing the black national anthem before the game. That was one like if you're gonna do it, go all the way in. Man, I remember when the whole Kaepernick thing went down and people were saying we should boycott the NFL. And this was the first time I felt wronged somehow. Like you promised me something and you didn't deliver at all. So like I would rather you just be out of it. Just take the heat. Just take the heat for not doing nothing than to half-ass do it.
Yeah.
Because that's worse to me.
They probably should have made sure it was on every broadcast, but I will say I did see it twice actually. Once by Alicia Keys, and there was another young lady that sang it.
I'm,
I don't know who that was, but
I'm
I did see it
excited
twice.
that you heard it
Yeah,
twice. I am. But
yeah.
I want to say it was three. Like, and then Monday night, somebody call me if I'm wrong. Because that would have been perfect because you got everybody on Monday night. You know what I mean? Everybody, you know what I mean? Like, and just while I'm on Ray's Reminiscence, I'm going to get up off this soapbox. I'm so glad NFL is back. Even though they
I
made,
like football.
even though they made me mad with that black, I am glad you back. I hate that I'm an addict of you. I need something. I got to do something better else with my life, Dave. Because I'm just so happy the NFL back. I
Yeah.
woke up Tuesday waiting for Thursday.
You know what? That's every NFL season because of fantasy. I count it. It's like, oh, after Monday night, okay, only 3 more days till Thursday night. Okay, only 3 more days till Sunday. Okay, tomorrow Monday night, or okay, only 3 more days till Thursday. Yeah,
Why
that's
you
what I do.
why you think people like football so much, Dave?
Well, I mean, for me, honestly, really, it's the fantasy that does it for me. I mean, I love basketball. You know, I love basketball. I'm all about. But for me, what does it for me with football? I like my Panthers, and I hate the Cowboys. Sorry, Jamal. Sorry, Daniel. There's another one in here. Sorry, Simon, but Simon won't watch this anyway. Uh, I love my team, um, but the fantasy does it for me. Just the competition, I can still be involved in that. You know, I can't be in competition on the basketball floor anymore. My ankle's too bad. I can't play or any of that kind of stuff. So I love playing fantasy football. That's why I love it. And honestly, I think that's probably billions of the dollars that they take in.
As the fantasy do, but I'm gonna tell you, before fantasy, people still loved NFL.
That's true. I agree with
And
that too.
honestly, my reason I think it is because people are naturally violent, and football is violent.
I
Um,
can't argue with that.
I think anthropologists, no anthropologist's name has brought that up about, you know, we are the violent people by nature. That's how violence evolved us. I mean, like when you think about
It's instinct.
what it's deep down inside you,
Yeah.
because that's why we have laws and lawmakers to keep us from being acting on what is probably more natural for us. When you think about, when I say violence evolved us, I think about what cavemen had to do to feed their family. You had to go out there with a damn club and beat the hell out of a saber-toothed tiger to eat. So I mean, you I mean, you some fruits and berries, and sometimes you had to go get some protein, brother. Like whatever it was you had to do with that club, you did what you had to do to survive. Like to
I think they were more chasing rabbits than tigers.
hey, it's still, you still got to club it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's still violent is what I'm getting at. My point is, y'all ain't messing up a good story, man. With the saber tooth,
With logic, what are you thinking?
that a saber tooth in the club was beautiful. You just meant to. I'm saying ultimately, violence evolved us back from then. For if he don't hit the saber tooth or the rabbit,
Those rabbits were vicious, man.
we don't. I mean, you don't know, Dave. You don't know what a rabbit was back then. You
They
don't
were
know.
like
It
five
might have
feet
been.
tall.
They might have been as big as some feral cats.
It was a saber tooth rabbit.
Bam! There it is. See what I'm talking about? Now you with me. But my point is, dude, that violence is inside of us. It excites us. When a dude get hit,
Oh,
Oh, we jump up. We love it. It's something inside of us, dude. So we like it because it's violent. We ain't gonna never give up football. We hate that they get hurt or injured and possibly concussed. But at the same time, we also applaud the effort. So,
right on.
yep.
That too.
What you got for Dave's dialogue?
I don't have much. Again, I had something this week and I was going to write it down and actually, felt about, I would write actually something down and read through it. And man, I forgot what that was. I slept since then. I've been tired. Oh, man, I was asleep before 8 o'clock last night. That's why I didn't do a run sheet. That's why today is Wing It Wednesday.
I know.
Work is going great, man. It's gangbusters. It's busy, but I love the work I'm doing now. This is probably the happiest I've been in a long time with the work I'm doing because I'm really enjoying it. I think it's right up my alley. Um,
Your boss
eh,
watched the show.
my boss, what? Well, no, my boss doesn't watch this show
What is that?
because Scott is not my boss anymore.
Yeah. I wasn't talking about Scott. I was just curious
Oh
if the
no, no,
other boss.
he doesn't watch the show. I don't even think he knows about it. But my new boss is a really good guy. He's the company CFO. He's a really good guy. I like him a lot. Um, so he's very level-headed, very somebody you can talk to about stuff and tell him what's going on. So, like I said, this is probably actually with all the work I've been doing in my career, this is probably one of the happiest times of my career. It's a lot of work. I'm working a lot of hours, and I'm kind of tired, but I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's a growth sort of thing for me as a career. And man, it's good in all situations for me right now. So
Don't let
uh,
us die.
yeah, I'm digging it. So that's I
Don't let
guess
us say one thing though.
was, I ain't gonna talk about her.
A Latina.
Well, that too. So
Don't
yeah,
get mad. Don't get mad if a Latina knock on your door. Just say thank you, Ray. That's
or an
all I'm saying.
or an Italian girl.
Not that one, but Latina I
What?
can work out. I can work out the Latina.
Okay.
I
Oh,
can't
all
do the
right.
Italian girl.
I feel
I
you.
don't speak Italian.
Well, I need you to come back and hang out at the pool with your two boys and introduce me to those two ladies you were talking
Yes.
about.
That's too
So
close for you, Dave. You don't want no girl that
I'm moving soon.
close. Fair enough, bro. And I think that is the show.
All righty.
That is the show. And if you like it, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the like button. And if you don't like it, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the like button anyway. It ain't gonna hurt nothing, but we really just appreciate you listening to us talk about our life and sports and our life through sports on the internet or your radio or your Bluetooth speakers. We don't do it to be attention seekers. We just two brothers talking about sports, better known in the U.S.
Preachers from the bleachers.
Bam. Peace.
Peace.